Welcome, everybody, to episode 17 of the Lifted, Lowered, and Confused podcast. Today, we are on site at Ryan's shop, the Garage Mahal, they call it.
It's a big bitch. It is a big bitch.
It is big. It is big.
What you look right at Will when you said that? Or you?
What's that mean, buddy? What's that supposed to mean? Huh? Anywho. Man, so today we're on set. We helped, what do we do? We put this 4-post up today.
Thank you very much.
No problem,
Everybody
man.
involved.
No problem.
The old Ben pack.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody involved. This wouldn't have happened without all of y'all.
For the audience can't see, there is a plethora of people sitting around off camera. So.
It's true.
We got a lot of people off camera that also helped.
We have a studio audience today.
Got the lift up. Got the
Yeah, we got a laugh track.
got the car started and put up on the lift, and it needs a couple odds and ends tidied up for it to operate fully. But other than that, this is actually going to be a location for this build in particular. And
one of them you can see behind us, the 63 Biscayne wagon.
Yep. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about this one? Where you found it, what it's all about, what you plan on doing to it.
The whole ass ordeal to get it.
That's a story in itself.
What we're here for.
So I originally was hunting for a new project, which was, I was thinking a wagon because I wanted to be able to load 4 to 6 people in a car and still have a big stereo because I like to have big stereos. And I was originally looking at like a bubble, like an bubble Impala wagon.
What, like a 61?
No, the bubble's like a
Like a Caprice wagon or a Roadmaster wagon.
Caprice wagon,
Okay.
yeah, thank you. And
Shut your whore mouth.
I was having a trouble there. And my wife suggested that she wanted something older and cooler, and I went, my only concern with that was shaking it apart. And she said, well, use low restraint. And I said, I'm not really good with that when it comes to stereos, but I'll try. So I hunted. I was just looking for anything older and happened to find this. It was out of California originally.
So you didn't really have anything like completely in your sights. You just wanted a wagon and older.
I wanted a wagon and older.
Okay.
And so I could still put a bunch of bodies in it if I want to cruise like 4 to 6 deep and still have a big stereo and not impede my seating capacity. So
I'm glad you cleared that up because you wanted a lot of
yeah.
bodies in there. I was just nervous. All right. Just checking.
So,
He's little and angry.
yeah.
It is a nice wagon, man. It is a nice wagon. I'm excited to work on it a little bit with you.
Thank you. So originally I found it in California. Guy had it listed, had a ton of pictures, had it listed for like 14 or 18K, something like that. And I private messaged him and I said, what's your price to pull it off eBay? And he went, I don't know, 12. And I said, I was thinking more like 8. And he literally went, LOL, you're kidding me. And that was the last thing he ever said to me. And I was like, all right. So I chased it. He listed it. The auction ran out. No one bought it. He relisted it, dropped it down like 2K. He did that like 3 or 4 times.
So he came down to your price?
No, actually he came down, I think it was down to like 10.
That's close.
And I was watching it every time it kept getting relisted. And I happened to not pay attention at the time, and the clock ran out, and somebody bought it. And I was like, damn, I guess it wasn't meant to be. So then he, apparently a guy in Oklahoma bought it, and I found that out like 9 months later when gas prices were super high. So I've had this car a minute. Not this time around, but when they were super high years ago. A guy bought it from Oklahoma that worked in the oil rigs. So when the prices all tanked and he basically lost money, so he had too many toys, he was selling it. So 9 months after I originally was chasing it from California, it got listed again. And I took all the info from the first listing, the VIN, all the pictures, and happened to look and was like, damn, I think it's the same car. And I started talking to the guy. I private messaged him. He had it listed for, I think, 10. And I literally said, will you pull it off of the listing if I give you $6,500? And he was like, if you think you can get it for that, you better bid. And I was like, okay. So I kept watching it, and I have if anybody spends any time on eBay, there's a thing called like a sniping program.
Yeah.
Where you can put in your max bid and a time limit, and it'll bid for you if you're not there or asleep or whatever. And I set it I happened to be off work that day. My wife and I are sitting there. I had it on one computer with the sniping program, and I was watching another computer refreshing and getting ready to do a manual bid just in case to battle it out. And I ended up getting it for 66.
Holy
So,
wow.
so I
That's
actually ended
awesome,
up
man.
outbidding myself, which they reversed that because it's your own login. But the sniper program hit it, and then I hit it at the same time and got it. And the guy literally, as soon as the auction ended, messaged me back and went, "I guess I should have just pulled it to begin with." So
Is what it is. Don't matter. You had it then.
And then the fun story was going to get it. My wife still hates me to this day for this. So I worked this really hard.
Why did you
Queuing
just
on her
Why did you
face
just check over your shoulder like she's about to punch
Listen,
you?
if you could have seen her
Sure
face.
she wasn't in reach. So it basically, I worked this weird schedule where I was off every other weekend, where I had a 3-day weekend, and it was like I basically worked it out with the guy. I won it on a Tuesday. I can be at your door Saturday morning, and he's like, "Deal." And I set that all up without talking to my wife, and
That's a bold move, Cotton.
yeah, and
That's
which
why he's
I-
looking over his shoulder still.
Yeah.
Fucking how many
Just
years
double
later?
checking. So it actually ended up working out Saturday night because I worked Friday night till Saturday morning at 6 a.m. My wonderful, fantastic wife picked me up from work at 6 a.m. and we drove straight through. She drove straight through
Yeah, make sure you get this part right. This is
to.
your favorite.
I can vouch for this because I've been on a road trip with you where you're supposed to, Frank, you were there too. When it's his turn to drive, he said, I'm done. I can't. Bro, you've been sleeping for 8 hours.
Bro, that was
I'm
Dean
old.
in Arizona, bro.
Well, I drove for 4 hours. I was fine.
I will tell a story. I'm going to tell a story
4
about you
hours.
driving when you're done with your story. So.
Okay.
Whole lot
Okay.
was 4 hours.
So.
The KFC story, Frank.
So my wife drove straight through from Florida to a place called Eufaula, Oklahoma, which is about 30 minutes north of Oklahoma City.
That's love.
Straight through, did the deal, and then I drove the car back to the hotel, and which was 30 minutes back to Oklahoma City, and then spent the weekend trying to figure out transport, and that would basically a whole day trying to figure out transport to get it home because my transport fell through, and then my wife drove me all the way back home from Oklahoma.
You went up there without a truck and a trailer?
I didn't own one,
That is
nor do I still.
Desperate measures call for desperate action.
That is
The
another
car
bold
sat there
move.
for like a month or three,
Yeah,
didn't it?
that was part of the deal.
It was
The guy-
excitement to get the fucking thing. Okay.
the guy that I ended up finding to transport finally actually rented space from a guy with a storage yard. So I pulled in. No insult, no bullshit. The guy that owned the storage yard looked like the real life version of Yosemite Sam. Bow-legged, big beard, rootin' tootin', whole 9 yards. So he comes out, sees the wagon. I'm doing the paperwork with the transporter guy, and the guy comes out and goes, "Is that a 63 Biscayne wagon?" And I said, "Yes, sir, it is." And he goes, "That's too pretty to sit outside. Move my boat and put it in there in the shop." So he put that inside storage because the guy said he was going to be 3 months out before he could even
Wow.
bring it down to me. And then when they brought it down, they lost the keys.
Wait, in Arizona, who's the celebrity we saw at a junkyard?
The lookalike?
That was Bald Bull.
The bald bull. Yeah, off of Knockout Nintendo. Okay.
Mike Tyson.
We met the bald bull in person. Oh my God, we need to go back and get his picture.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's been
It's been through a lot, and it's been
a
sitting here
story
waiting.
to get here. So and I took it to a
Nice.
couple like Slam Fest up in Gainesville one year, Slam Fest in local
Yep.
in Tampa one year, and
Now
then
it's been sitting for a few years
So-
as you were getting a few ducks in a row,
Yeah,
so to
it's
speak,
been-
with your
yeah.
shop and your home. And
yeah doing the shop and the home thing, and
tonight's kind of a milestone then.
yeah, I was a little emotional earlier. I shed some tears of happiness when this lift went up.
Well, what's done to it now, and what are your plans for the thing? Let's go with that.
As far as the car is concerned, I have not done a thing to it. This is how I bought it.
Mikey cleaned the windows.
I can clean the windows and the roof and made it look really pretty right now. So,
We're already on our way.
I do have I want to do a full, basically a ground up, redo the car so it's good for another 50 plus years. So
Frame off restoration there, huh?
yeah.
We're going to be busy.
Once the lift's working, I would imagine we're going to be divorcing the body from the frame.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Are we bagging this thing?
Oh yeah.
This one's going.
I want this to either be.
Is this going on the floor, or are we doing it like a safety half inch off the ground?
We'll probably do the 1/2 inch to
Okay.
maybe an inch.
Notice how we all get older and everything we're just like, yeah, we could keep it an inch off the ground.
I mean,
we all learn a lesson so many times.
I tried.
There's
Your fucking bump stops tried, and then they gave up.
there is something hella cool about laying a frame on the ground and throwing sparks everywhere. But I also want to be able to get it home if shit goes sideways. So
We can always. That's what block plates and everything are for.
Yeah.
Ain't worried about it. Especially with these bodies and these frames, I think an inch off the ground is still going to be very, very close to the floor.
and then big stereo.
Yep.
Because
Nice.
the whole reason I bought it.
Any plans for like, what are you going to be running? Any ideas?
The
You still doing the sound cubed or?
I don't have a brand in mind particularly. My excessive idea is 415s on 10,000 watts. So
That's a lot.
I want to hurt feelings bad.
That's a lot.
I've built some big stereos for other people, and I've never built a big one for me.
Well, you hurt backs tonight, so
And I
you're on
want-
your way.
I want to hurt a lot of people's
You
feelings.
tried to kill Frank.
Fuck Frank.
That's true.
I love you, Frank. My bad. I'm just playing. That man looked like he got 6 bodies in his back cellar.
You pushed him into DeSoto County, bro.
Probably.
Yeah, give him some leave.
There's about to be 7 bodies in the cellar then. My bad.
So
Well, this is going to be the location for multiple builds. This is one of them. This is first and foremost. Off camera right now, you can't see it, but it's another vehicle of his Ryan's late mother. It was her custom vehicle. Tell us a little bit about that one. We'll put up pictures.
yeah, people always wonder where I got the customizing bug from, and then I show them my mom's car, and then they go, "Oh, okay." It is a '92 Toyota Celica GTS wide body.
Spaceship.
That has been affectionately nicknamed Alien Attitude because there ain't much that looks like a normal Celica on it. It has and people love it or hate it,
It's one off a lot.
but it's got custom fender skirts on the rear. It's got a added wing on the roof. It's got a lot done
Tasteful.
to it.
A tasteful wing.
it's,
Those are usually destroy cars.
Yeah,
but
that
it's a
wing on
tasteful
the back is actually from a Mitsubishi 3000 GT that was sectioned and shortened
Okay.
to keep the LED brake light. So between the roof brake light, the rear wing brake light from the factory, and then the tail lights, it's
Yeah.
people know when you're hitting the brakes on that thing. It's a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
obnoxious.
Looks like a spaceship.
Got a full body kit on it. Yeah, it's got rims.
What's the game plan with that one? What are we doing with that one?
I want to do a whole 90s theme because, well, one, it's a 90s thing. So one of the things I want to do with that, again, being the stereo guy, I have all of the dream equipment that I could not afford in the 90s that I've already had. I bought and refurbished.
Picasso, I believe.
No,
Not Picasso amps.
Alpine, Boston Acoustics,
Oh, okay.
JL Audio, and Precision Power are the brands. Alpine Head, EQ,
Precision Power, they got that. It's that old shit, boy.
yeah. Alpine Head Unit, EQ, CD changer because
I love it.
keeping it 90s.
You keeping it what?
90s.
Oh, okay, just checking.
It's okay, Dean. There's lots of boxes over there that you can't see off camera that are all holding CDs. There's over 600 CDs over there.
That's why I'm excited for that build. It's going to be right up my alley, all very
He's going to be walking into
antiquated.
your car with his little CD case so happy.
Antiquated. Everything will be manual. I'll be excited about that.
Uh-huh.
I know what I'm doing. Don't hate.
Precision Power amplifiers and crossovers. Boston Acoustics mids and highs. JL Audio subs.
I haven't even thought about Boston Acoustic in years until you said
Yeah.
it.
Right. So there's going to be a few builds in this garage, but tentatively those are the first two right off the get, I believe. It's going to be a mixture of both at first. I think some efforts into his mother's car to get it running, and then either tuned up here or sent to a mechanic to get functionally sound.
Laney,
And then I believe we're going to be doing the 63 Biscayne.
you want an old truck, right? What year do you want? It's a 40-something
That was
international.
close. See, you're working on it. You're right there.
I know it's an international, and I think it's in the 40s. So
We'll just buy it for you. We're just going to show up on your driveway. So
true.
hope you like it.
That's true. Build that one here too.
I was going to get her on that one.
I was like, oh, when he did that, I was like, oh, he's going to get the year.
Yes, that'll definitely be one of the next projects.
Which one? What year is it?
It's an international.
Oh,
damn it.
It's 40s.
I thought I almost had him too.
Nope.
He's like,
I gotta say, Ryan, like we came in here, man, and in this giant shop you got here, and I got excited, man.
This is your first time here, right?
This is my first time in this shop.
You
yeah,
haven't seen this.
and
Proper
you got
woodwork
Me, yeah,
shop,
you got me.
yeah.
You got me by 10 feet. on the one side from what I'm building, but it gave me some idea of
how big it is and what
of
you
how
can
big
do with it.
and what I'm going to lay out, and realizing that I really wish I could have gone a little bigger.
Well, we were at Tim's shop last week, and he's got the same
Yeah.
size as yours, but he
It's-
doesn't have the height.
Right, he did
And
the 12-foot walls.
height
But I mean,
makes a
you're only
huge
down 10
difference.
feet.
It really does.
You're down
It
10
really
feet
does.
from a sidewall, but you still got the height, which you can clearly make a second level,
Yeah.
which will be nice.
I'm hoping. We'll
It's
see.
going to be like Fast and Furious.
That-
Tokyo
that
Drift,
height-
baby.
That height comes in handy. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for right now, you can't see it off camera, but mine's all storage.
Yeah.
And I've got an astronomical amount of stuff up there.
And you don't got nearly that much amount of stuff. That your whole garage essentially is
Yeah.
going to be for your wife and her storage, correct?
the garage attached to the house, yeah.
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 So then you're going to have just a lot of room for.
Unless I can talk her into letting me make it a paint booth.
You know that shit ain't gonna fly.
It's not going to happen.
Make a lean-to to the right of that, and that's where she can store stuff.
That didn't work with me. She took my
Yeah,
garage.
I
but
know.
that's
She's
all right.
going to take that one, too. It's all right, though. We'll figure it out.
Ryan, keep looking over your shoulder again, bro.
Yeah.
You're
No.
going to hear that chair. You're going to hear that chair go.
That was a concession that I had no problem giving up. That to have this big garage, I gave up
Yeah.
the house garage. So
Yeah. I did the same
I
thing.
actually built a big.
I did the same thing.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know if you've
fair,
been
but
in there. I built a big rack of storage in there too.
She's building a little gym in there, man. You
And a
you can
gym,
use
yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
That's it's a double header, man. You both get a gym in there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice little house studio. So yeah, we're excited. We put a lot of work in tonight, and the goal was to get the lift up and the car on it, at least up to a point where it's ready for a fella from Benpack to come through, do a service check on it, tighten up the loose ends, etc., and finish it off. And we did it, and that was it took some putting our heads together, but
Reading the manual.
we bought the lift.
Yeah,
we knew it was
we read the
solid.
manual and still messed the
Well,
shit
we
up.
bought the lift. He bought the lift.
I'm gonna fail miserably, bro.
He bought the lift as a
'cause
whole,
you-
but it
'cause
came
you-
as a
you dumped
basket
the F, but you
case.
still said-
Yeah, I know.
He bought the lift as a whole, but it came as a basket case. So when you're putting anything together that you'd never pulled, down,
Oh, yeah.
there's going to be some hurdles involved. So we
Yeah.
got it all figured out.
We only take it back apart like once or twice. It's not
Oh,
so
well,
bad.
hey, it's done.
Only halfway,
Yeah.
Halfway apart.
That's true.
but it's there.
Get you some roll-in center jacks down the road for it, so you can raise it up, and it's not just a drive-on lift.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be nice.
I'm going to go with a 2-post in mine.
Yeah.
I got the one plate for the lift. That's what
Yeah,
that is.
that's right. You do.
What's that for?
For the center.
Yeah.
You put drip pans or whatever you want in there.
You put if you need to jack something up too.
Yeah.
But they sell in those channels on the interior of those lift ramps and everything. They sell like rolls on each side that have a pneumatic lift. You can roll it
Yeah.
forward, backwards, and it'll
pump jacks.
fucking
Lift the whole
raise right
car
up. So you can put it right under each axle and essentially make it like almost like a 2-post where the wheels are off,
I got you.
and then roll them out of the way, so on and so forth. So.
Yeah, they come in handy.
Yeah, if you're not doing, if it's not just a ride-on lift where you're just doing services for oil changes and stuff like that, you don't want to have those center lifts because they just get in the way. But for what he's going to be doing, this isn't a garage where he's doing lube jobs and stuff like that. He's going to be building cars, so he needs the jacks in
Tear
there.
this thing all the way down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, man. We got a couple
Me too.
60.
What are we doing on that? We still haven't figured out what we're trying to do on that. You want to do at least, I know we want to try to get at least 2s all the way around on this thing.
So
I would like
you
to
know,
see this
it-
thing tuck in
It's only
2s.
20.
It all depends. It's hard to see from here, but like I want to do, like the Lincoln has the, like the '60s Lincolns have the reverse
Suicide doors.
suicide doors.
Yeah.
So I want to do that, and that's gonna kind of limit what we do
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge because the wheels already.
into the door. Yeah. I don't know
can't
if
see
you're gonna get it on
inside.
camera. But.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
So
there.
we'll see.
I
I
mean,
mean,
the wheel tub's
The
right
tub
here.
comes up like this. So.
Yep.
That's
We'll
the
figure it out,
that's,
man.
That's the dream goal. I mean, but if I can't do the doors,
Well, we couldn't do that, so we compromised. We now have a gull wing.
so it all depends. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to have it because I'd like to do that because it'd be something on that
Never
real
seen it.
extreme
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I've never seen on
Yeah.
something like that. Kind of.
And also, I for one, am glad you're changing up your paint because you showed me that your roof has almost exactly what I
What
want to
you
do on
want.
the
Yeah,
Impala.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna go a little heavier on the pearl, but
Yeah.
it is. But you can see, especially this angle on the roll.
Yeah,
You can see that blue, man.
Like
I
you
love
clean
it.
that up, you
I
really see it now,
love
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to keep the flat. It's a different shade, but I want to keep the flat blue.
Okay.
And then I want to do either probably at least a metallic silver, not a Will Bass Boat Flake, but I definitely want, so everything's white, I want to do in a silver.
Yeah.
That's
Do you want a kind of a coarse metallic?
I want it shiny, but I don't want it lowrider bass boat. I don't want that much.
Because Tropical Glitz has a Galaxy Silver that's it's real coarse. It's not flake, but it's a real coarse silver.
Yeah.
It's real metallic.
And then it's actually a darker flat blue. It's a Mercedes color.
Yeah.
That is apparently it's a clear coat base coat.
Yeah.
So it should be able to but it should,
Something hooked it.
as long as it can be
The whole thing needs bodywork.
painted right. I mean, it should be like normal, regular clear coat base coat maintenance.
Yeah.
So
You said it was a flat, so the flats have like a flat clear that goes over them. They're still a base coat, clear coat, but they are a little tougher. If you don't spray them right, you'll zebra stripe it. So
we'll get you some test panels to practice on.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I've never sprayed a flat, so
We'll learn today.
We'll figure it out.
Learn today.
We will figure
Maybe
it out.
next week, not today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting. There's some more things on the horizon. His shop's coming. Ryan's shop's coming together quite nicely. Will's shop is
Pending.
tentatively.
It's pending.
Yeah.
It's pending. It's in action.
Still
Not
waiting
quite
on.
yet.
Still waiting on concrete. Last concrete guy, I guess, retired, so we're getting a new concrete guy.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully that'll happen soon. That way we can get that going.
So
That way
did
we
this
can get
painter.
We waited 6 weeks to find out he retired.
that
Okay,
way-
awesome.
That way we can get my 64 going and the town
Everything.
car going. and-
64, a Caprice, everything.
Yeah,
We and
Trent
about 5
64,
other,
yeah, we got a lot of builds going
We got
on.
a lot.
several 64s,
63.
a truck or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot. We got
And
a
then
lot. We got a lot.
And then we've successfully corrupted Tim.
Tim, man,
So,
he been blowing up your phone and my phone about
Yeah.
wheel sizes, pumps, the whole nine.
so
man.
we'll be building his as well with him. Probably.
We
at
almost
his-
got
at
somebody
his
to cut
shop.
up. We almost got dude to cut a pure. What year is that? 96.
After
A
he said
96 SS Caprice.
after he said on the
Oh, I'm sorry,
episode that he
Impala.
was on here
Yeah.
that if he wouldn't do anything to that car, but if he ever did, it would be air ride.
Yeah.
The next day, hey, has anybody got any pictures of a '93 SS on
on hydros and on 13s.
Last Tuesday
He
when we
puts
were
it
at his
on a
shop.
site that's like a group for all of them
The
and got
community
castrated.
came after him.
It was
man.
great. And
He
I was
hurt a
right
lot of
there and I
feelings.
put in there, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to piss off all the purists.
Oh,
and
he
then I did
did.
this emoji.
He did.
But we were at his
But
shop
he
Tuesday
decided
night,
not
and
to.
I was
He's-
like,
Yeah.
He's shopping.
don't do that, Roger.
He's shopping abroad. He
Find
ain't cutting
something
it
Yeah,
up.
he's not gonna
But
do
I
that,
would have been
no.
the first one to put a cut wheel on that mofo.
Yeah.
The-
But he sent me a lot of cool ideas though. The Olds 98s.
Yeah.
You don't see those,
two-
man. And
No,
I
you don't
think
see
they're
'em,
good.
period.
Yeah.
they're pretty all right.
It's like it's a longer G body, but it's got a lot of different
The
subtle.
Olds 98.
Yeah.
No, man, that's like an old slant back caddy, like the
Oh,
77 caddy.
right. No, yeah, okay. It's that's the B body.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit bigger than a B body.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
a
got-
big car.
It's definitely got a
It's,
unique
uh,
look, and you don't see. I've never seen one on juice. I never seen one cut.
I haven't either, man. I think it'd be a really
Couple-
cool build.
A couple of those Caprices in the back in the day when
Yeah.
they were first new were a couple guys did the like mini trucker style crazy paints and bagged them and stuff, and they
Yeah,
were
they were
badass. But
Yeah.
the juice
Yeah.
one on wires, nobody's done that.
That's funny.
Nobody.
He wants a 2-door, I think, unless he goes with like a bubble Caprice.
I love the bubble Caprice.
Other than that, like he
I've
won't
always
do
kinda wanted
he won't do a box Caprice. He's not really. He surprised me with that turtle body town car, but I think he's going to steer away from that.
It's funny because I
Switch a
remember
bunch of shit
you.
out on it. So.
You wanted either like your Lincoln or a Cadillac, and then you ended up getting Lincoln.
Because you got a
And then
Cadillac.
I got the Cadillac, and then Trent's always wanted one or both.
Yeah,
He's
I
always
got a
wanted the
Buick.
Cadillac or the Lincoln. So I kind of look at it as like we all kind of have the cars.
yeah.
So now I've always kind of wanted like a bubble Caprice. I always thought those were dope.
I should have bought a
And now,
Roadmaster.
well, now he's looking, bro. Maybe down the road. Don't no.
You got to drive it, not
No.
me, bro.
I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room. Go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
All right, that's better. He's been quiet.
He likes turtles.
I will buy you a helmet so when you're driving it,
I will wear it proudly.
try licking your ear.
I should be wearing a helmet in the Lincoln as many times as they've wrecked them. Jesus.
You're just sitting there. So I got me a Roadmaster.
Shame on all of you. They're beautiful cars.
Roadmasters are beautiful, man.
Whatever you say, baby. You do you.
That's cold-blooded.
No, I got the town car. We're good.
That's
We're good.
cold-blooded. For the record, Roadmasters, if they're done right, look really nice. Trent just has poor taste.
That's true. FYI, Lincoln Town cars from the mid '90s. if you remove the side moldings, they have a pointless hole in the rear door.
Both doors.
Both rear doors.
We'll put a picture up of that too. So
Very
be ready
pointless.
if you're trying to go for that smooth molding look with just the molding on the front and
Just a
rear
little
bumper
upset about it.
sections. Be ready for some body work, and that does
Man,
not
this
mean
is gonna look so smooth. Why is there a hole in my door?
that does not mean fill it with body filler.
No,
Y'all know better.
no, don't do
Do
that.
not do that. Y'all know better. You need to get some metal work done.
You know
If you
it's
don't know
gonna
how
be
to do it,
done. It's already been done.
find a proper professional to do some metal work and fill
Yeah.
the hole.
Because the rest of the car, it's got its little flaws here and there, but the biggest eyesore on that car was those side moldings. Because
I don't like 'em.
The paint was just flaking off them. It was the biggest eyesore.
Well,
So I went to take them
Yeah.
off, and I get to the rear doors.
Now you got a hole.
And now I have these holes in my door. They have rubber grommets in them, like they're factory stamped. They're
it's not just a
I
gaping
don't,
hole.
are they access holes
access
for
to
a
the vehicle.
window
Yeah.
motor or something? I don't know.
Who knows?
But why?
Maybe, yeah.
Why would you do that to me? That's cold blooded. Thanks, Lincoln.
Yeah, there's no flap
I
to
don't
it. Like it's a
understand it.
pressure release when the doors are shut. It's just this random grommeted hole.
But there's no vent. I mean,
Just
I don't
no.
understand
What
it.
years is that?
It's a 95.
95. So just be pre-warned. Be prepared to either get some proper metal work done. If you fill that with body filler, I promise you this much: it will eventually pop out.
Oh yeah.
So
100%.
No, we're gonna body work it.
people will, don't matter. People will try. They'll put sticks and screen back there and still like skim coat the top.
Yeah. I was
see
excited.
it.
I was gonna start prepping it, getting a little bit
Yeah,
ready for
yeah.
a little bit of paint here and there.
But it is what it is. We'll,
And I had to
we'll
pause.
handle it.
I had to
We'll weld
pause
it up.
'cause I had to metal work.
We'll skim coat it. We'll handle it.
Yeah.
So there's your tip of the week. We'll
Tip of
call
the
that
week.
tip
That's
of the
true.
week. Maybe we'll try to bring a tip of the week every time.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Just the tip.
I said tip of the week. Shut
Just
up,
the
Trent.
tip of the week.
I feel the wheels turning in your head right now. Tip of the week. Leave it at tip of the week. Leave it. You already got it in on the Roadmaster. Just leave it
Oh,
there.
I got it in, baby.
God damn it. This will be my last podcast. I quit. We don't need help from the peanut gallery either.
That was perfect.
Anyway,
That wasn't our
anyway,
fault.
man, and it's fun. Tim brought up a good point, man. The prices of these cars are just getting crazy.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
Because he's been hunting for something.
Bro, I'm
since we
I'm
put up
seeing
with
beat up G bodies going for
Oh, my
2
God.
year ago like Impala prices.
buddy. I know, man.
Beat up G bodies going
rusted
for like
out G bodies.
15, if it's cut, just like basic cut. People asking like 25. I'm like, and it's got some backyard paint job on it, and it's cut. It's cut up
Yeah.
pretty bad, really.
I know.
And mofos want like 20, 25 for it. I'm like, what?
I think Tim was trying to stay somewhere in that $4 or $5 grand range to get a decent starter car,
Ain't gonna find one
uncut.
there no more.
And he said he liked the Cutlasses, so we started looking up Cutlasses and G bodies, rusted out ones. Are
I'll disagree with you on
$7
that, Trent, because if you're patient, you're not in a rush like he is, right? He's not in a rush. You just got to be patient. The right deal will come along.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Look at that
and
Cadillac I
I'll
got.
t-
She
I'll
wanted
tell you what,
5.
I'll
I
tell you,
feel
that
we gotta
turtle
strike
body.
while the iron's hot with this one.
No.
We with Sam?
Listen, that turtle body that he sent me, that's a buy. $5
Yes.
grand for a 54,000 mile 02 turtle body.
Yeah.
That is clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
But even that, what was
That's
the
a
other one?
buy.
That was $8,000. That was the, was that the 98?
The 98. There was two of them. The
8K,
$8
that-
grand
bro,
for
that
that black
thing
one,
looked- that
$7 grand
almost-
for that gold one. Both mint.
I want to say they almost looked factory fresh. The
Yeah.
original carpet, interior, like it was
here.
clean.
Got the pictures. We can put them up right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put 'em
I'll
up.
put 'em up.
Factory fresh, and they people wanted like they starting off at wasn't even firm 8K. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you could probably bang that down
Yeah.
to 6,500 and walk away with that.
Even that Grand Prix, it's not the most desirable one. It's not the most desirable G body,
Come across your whole face, Trent. Right on
but
camera.
it was clean for $5 grand.
You need to see, bro. You set me up. You're just gonna be knocking them out of the park.
Can we buy a new mic if I hit him across the face with this
No,
one?
we can't. But yeah, that Grand Prix was clean for $5 grand. It's not the most desirable one, but still, it's
That was
a
my point.
juiceable
If you're
car.
patient, the right deal will come along. Look at that broad I talked to about the Cadillac. Wanted 5. I said, all right, well, keep me in the loop. If it falls through, sure as heck, it fell through. And I said, my offer still stands, $3K cash. I'll come to you in like 2 days. I'll be there on the weekend. And she said, all right, bet. It was like a week later, like I said, 2 deals fell through, and I went and picked that thing up for $3K.
Yep.
And I picked up a solid, fairly well maintained Cadillac, 93. So if you're patient, you find the right deals, you find the right people, and it's usually most times if they're not hard up for the money, They'll sell
Yeah,
to
but
you for a
yours
decent
wasn't really-
price if they know it's going to a good home.
Yours wasn't really a patient thing.
No, it just we
Trent,
struck
you
it
said
right.
you said you wanted a car. Trent and I looked. Trent found that
Y'all
one.
were impatient.
Sent it to you. You bought it.
I couldn't help it because it
Matter
was
of
a good
days.
deal.
Matter of days.
It was 3 days to be exact.
Imagine what you could have found if you were patient.
I don't know if I could have did much better than that. A whole big body like that for $3K.
That's true. That was a good deal.
I don't know
That
if I
a
was
good deal.
if I didn't strike at that point, I would have been in trouble. The point
that was
is,
a good
I
deal.
wasn't supposed to get a car until I sold the truck. Y'all are just bad influences.
Shit worked out, did
You're
it
welcome.
not? Did it not work out?
That's not the point.
Did it work out?
That's not the point.
Just stop
But
talking.
did you die?
We got something in common, Dean. I had no intention of buying this till the garage got built, and then chasing that car for almost a year.
Yeah.
And again, my wife was like, "You're crazy not to buy that. We'll figure it out after."
It was
the
not
fact."
at that point. It was now or never.
Well, there's plenty of room in here for a 40-something international truck, too.
Weird.
Just saying,
That's
bro.
true.
Now that there's a garage, yeah.
Yeah, funny how that works out.
Just say thank you, Dean.
I have. I'm not saying it again.
Frank, you know what year it is. What year does Laney want? What year truck does Laney want? Huh? God damn it. You lying, Frank. You lying.
You know who would tell us? Johnny. He would tell us if he knew, but I know he don't know. See that look of confusion on his face? Yeah, see, he don't know.
He's asking right now, and she's not giving up.
Yeah,
the
see,
info.
I was gonna say Johnny wouldn't even care. He'd be like, "Bet it's a this." He would do it just to stir the pot.
She knows. She knows. She's lying.
She knows damn well what she wants. She just doesn't want to get a bunch of
Can I-
advertisements on her phone
Can I ask why the big secret?
because she knows if we get a good deal, she's gonna be tempted to buy it. That's why.
She said no more cars until these two are done.
You realize how long it's gonna take to get these two done.
But
Every vehicle we own has to run and drive.
so buy a running and driving international truck.
This runs and drives. It ran and it drove on the lift.
That's true.
So there you go. We got this one running and driving. So you got to get this running and driving. We can have you in an international by the end of the month. Bet. There you go.
Let's
See?
get it running.
Oh man, I think Laney wants to punch you in the face, Dean.
That's fine. Raise your hand if everybody wants to buy an international. Right here.
We're just going to be looking. That's it. Just looking. I said, ask Ryan, how often do I send you
Perusing, if you
Mazda
will.
trucks?
Not for
At
nothing.
least once a week.
What's
At
that?
least once a week.
Knock that shit off.
He hasn't bought any.
Stop sending him shit.
Well, give me,
You know what?
give me
We'll
something
stop.
else to send him. Then. Give me an
Boom.
international.
If you give us the international year,
Dick pics. Send him dick
No,
pics.
no.
I already
Bet.
send them those on the house. That's not the point.
That's the true story.
Dude, you look concerned. You're like, that is a true story.
The one where you walked
getting
by when you had the camera set up and you just walked by naked and slapped your ass.
Oh no, I was on the skateboard.
No, you walked by.
No, it was the bathroom.
You
Oh, I remember that one.
walked
Yeah.
by and you said, "Shh," and kept walking.
And then in the background
Does
after he's
anybody
off
still
camera.
have that
You're
video?
laughing.
Does anybody still have that video? Because I lost that on an old phone.
I might.
Please send that to me. That
is
might go
wrong
on
with
Facebook.
you?
Please don't send it to me.
Why are we friends?
Bro, I walked by naked as a day I was born and went, ow. And the snap, bro, that was a slap that was heard around the world.
Why are we
It was a
And I
good
kept
pop.
it pushing.
What is wrong with you? Why are we friends?
Because this
A
whole discussion
lot
right
is wrong
now-
with him.
Yeah, dog. Listen, now. Oh, that was good stuff. That was good stuff.
No, it wasn't. Not even a little bit.
We'll put the picture up here.
No, we won't.
We're not be doing that.
We won't.
Yeah, I can't say curse words without
Everybody.
putting your
No, we
naked
won't.
ass slapping your
No,
ass
we
walking
won't.
by a camera. No.
Y'all are never getting.
Terrible. Terrible.
This can all stop if you just give us the international.
Oh,
All right.
I'm kind of stuck now.
We're gonna stop. Oh, yeah. So,
Not to add fuel to the fire, but it's not just limited to an international. But that's all I'm saying.
But that was
I
her.
stumbled
That was her primary. She was a
Primary
big
preference,
fan.
yes.
I thought it back in the day it was
I
like an old
stumbled
Ford.
across
I
this
thought it
nice
was an old Ford
63
truck.
for 6,800.
63 international.
It was an old Ford
That's
truck.
a
I know
steal.
it was.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that one.
Nice. Laney, come here.
What's that? 63?
She don't.
Look at the nose on that.
She don't like that. That's ugly to her.
See,
You
he's
don't like
helping.
the round nose?
Keep going. He's
63?
helping us filter right now.
Okay.
No, she don't like that grill.
You know it's
Keep
not
it going.
You know it's not a 63.
Just keep swiping until he says yes.
I'm positive it was in the 40s. I'm positive it was in the 40s.
Her face when you're like, no, she don't like that grill. She's like, stop.
You're falling for it.
Hold on, I'm gonna put on the filter setting. Go. So, anyways,
Is it a 63? What?
hell's up with you?
Oh, it's glitching out.
Glitch and hit it again.
There it is.
Okay. Don't worry. You give us the cue when we hit the right one. So for the most part, there's that. We've got a different location for tonight's podcast.
That's true.
Due
It's nice
to,
to have some room, you know.
It is. It's nice. Again,
that
things are
cramped
coming
angle
together.
that we got at your shop.
Listen, you're welcome. I'm doing the best I
You know
can.
what else the shop has? Tell him, Trent. Fridge.
Fridge.
You know what? I don't mind drinking my piss warm waters. It hydrates me just fine.
It's got room upstairs.
You know what? My little shoebox does the trick. Okay, I can push some custom vehicles out of that.
Yes,
I'm not
you
made
can.
of money. I'm just I
Ain't
got some.
nobody denying that.
I got more talent than space at this point, so I'm just doing the best I can.
Doing good. Good night.
I did go a little. My ego got a hold of me building this thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we'll send
what-
pictures. We're gonna bleep out the address, but we're gonna send a picture of his garage to house ratio.
No, here's
It
the
is
thing.
clapped.
When he built this, y'all remember Shrek? The movie Shrek? It says Lord Farquaad's castle. He's compensating for something.
To give you an idea,
Why
this,
do you like
this
that,
shop,
Ryan? Why he do you like that, buddy?
This shop is so large next to
Not
his
that
house.
big. It's not. The house is bigger.
Well, regardless, the shop is so large next to the house and on your property that he actually changed county code in the area based off of
In the area, in the
short of
entire county.
a picket line out
That-
front of your
That
house.
Is, that is all a very true statement. It's a 20. I have a 2,500 square foot home and a 2,000 square foot building garage, but the garage is 20 feet at the peak. So
21
20 feet at the peak.
Yeah, let's be honest. You're
20-ish.
Yeah.
No,
20 feet.
Sarasota County determines 20 feet is a single story structure. To clarify.
We'll send pictures. This is
That won't
an
be
enormous structure that had so many people having private meetings with the county, I believe.
Oh yeah.
And
2 days after it
actually
was built. 2 days.
changed county code that now no one else will have anything remotely this size. In
Oh
this
no, they can
area.
have the size. They just put a lot more restrictions
48.
on stuff.
48.
That they have more
48? Didn't you go this 48?
48.
more
48.
Stuff to leap through to make it happen.
Well,
But
It wasn't a no. It wasn't a no.
His eyeballs, bro.
no,
His eyeballs tell the story. It's 48.
no. I'm sorry. I was trying to talk and you just interrupted me and I got confused. So
You know, they're just
I had a moment. Leave me alone.
Maybe it's a 49. 49. 49. Maybe.
Laney, what's it?
just keep calling out
You're
years.
not even looking anymore, bro.
Laney's not even paying attention.
Call out years, and I'll tell you.
I think we're getting
49.
close.
We're there.
You
but
said
I think
49,
we're there.
her right eye
48,
twitched.
49. Yeah, we're there.
Her eye twitched. I think 49's it.
Oh, that one's nice. Look at that. It looks like they used a saw for the visor. That's.
Do I need to kick you out of my building?
Look at this.
the hell?
They use this. This is
That's dangerous.
that is very dangerous.
Oh, come on. People, we got to do better.
Looks like, buddy, they use like one of them old school
It is a
like
saw.
2-man
It is a
saws.
saw.
Two-man saw
For a
That's actually
visor.
kinda cool for an idea, but
I'm gonna screenshot this so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Screenshot instant death. If it ain't from tetanus, it's going to be from getting your jugular
for
cut.
a rat rod, it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know if I would do it myself. It's neat.
No.
I can give it. I appreciate the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd appreciate you not doing it.
that's true.
Tell you how to build your shit.
God damn.
That was
Aggressive.
That was aggressive.
Is that Lord?
Lord, Lord Farquaad.
Lord Kumquat, whatever his name was. I don't know. Apricot? Is that Lord Apricot?
I want to punch you in the dick.
There's that Lord Apricot you was talking about.
I want to get back to the beginning when he was talking about driving and how his ass can't drive.
I can drive just fine. I just don't stay awake well on long trips.
Long trips, so we were going to ITB, me, Ryan, and Frank.
Okay.
Right? We were towing mom's car and two motorcycles. We had 2 bikes on the back. So we take off. Well, that was your truck at the time. There was the 80. What was it? 80 something.
88
85,
Something
86.
like that,
It was a
yeah,
dually,
yeah.
right? So
square body crew cab dually. Yeah.
it was pretty simple. The 3 of us were in rotation, right? We had 2 gas tanks, so you would drive. If you were driving, you drove for both gas tanks, and then you would switch to the navigator seat, and your job was to navigate and assist with stuff. And then You go into the back seat and sleep, right? It's about 4 or 5 hours, wasn't it, per gas tank, roughly?
Something like that. Yeah.
So we're hauling ass.
Closer to 3.
Is this the blue dually?
No, this is the white one.
White
This is the
one
white
that I
one.
had.
I
The
remember
white
when
one
you
I
bought-
had.
Oh, the one I got sold for you.
Yeah.
So, needless to say,
It was Frank's when this all happened.
if you're navigating, your job is to sit up, navigate, make sure the driver is awake, right? Ryan's navigating like this.
Mostly make sure that mostly to make sure the driver's awake, not pass out.
He does this whole 4.5, 5 hours in the navigate seat sleeping, right? Then he goes to the back to sleep. It is now my turn to sleep. It's his turn to drive. He's driving. I'm in the back racked out. This motherfucker's in the driver's seat. He had to stop it.
Cue National Lampoon's Vacation where everybody's sleeping in the station wagon.
Dude, he couldn't
blasting through
He couldn't
backyards.
drive by an exit. It was literally, I'm in the back sleeping, right? And I'd feel the truck get off on the exit. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I got to stretch. We stopped at every gas station in Paducah, Kentucky. Get on the interstate. I'd lay down, close my eyes, off the interstate. What the fuck's going on? Bro, I can't stay awake. You bitch, you've been sleeping for 8 hours. How the fuck you still tired? Is that not true?
21 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, so I again thank my wife very much for driving all the way to Oklahoma and back because it's 21 hours one way. And then she slept
It's tough. I've drove over the road. I've done over the road. so
4
it's-
hours
it's
and
tough.
then drove 21 hours back to get me back home.
Actually,
I've been around a few states with a rig. It's tough.
I'm going
It
to
is
tell
tough.
the Kentucky Fried Chicken story because that's the best thing that happened on that trip.
This might be a nice cap off.
Oh, dude, it's
This-
great.
This is gonna embarrass Frank all to hell.
So
You already got a red beard.
we are on our way back from the car show. We're all
Frank's
loaded up.
already blushing.
We stopped in Kentucky and we went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken buffet. So we eat some chicken, right?
No. I'm gonna interrupt his story for half a second because we're driving down the street and all of a sudden Trent goes, "Ooh, a buffet,
Yeah, so
a KFC buffet,"
I like
and
chicken.
we're all like,
Ain't nothing wrong with
Alright.
that.
Everybody like chicken.
Wait, it was the
Thank you.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Yeah, KFC.
In Kentucky?
Original recipe,
You
baby.
got to listen.
You
You
have
got
to
to
do it.
stop.
but it was a buffet.
But I'm
Buffet.
saying, like, it's a
All you can
Kentucky
eat
in a
chicken.
Kentucky.
I know what
You
I'm
need to
saying.
get the Kentucky.
So get back in the truck after it's all said and done. I'm driving. My fearless navigator.
No, I was awake for that one.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, it was.
You listen to the story. I promise you
Fearless
weren't.
when you asleep.
I promise
and
you
don't
weren't.
know.
Because I was awake when he woke up.
When he woke up, but you was asleep before that. So Frank's in the back racked out, and I'm driving. He's asleep. I got the music on, and one of these motherfuckers shits their pants. I'm talking, I said, "Ugh, what is that?" He's asleep. I had to roll both the windows down, right? And I'm driving. I was like, "Good night, somebody's died in this truck." So it clears out. I rolled the windows back up, and it happens again. And I was like, God damn, I rolled the windows down. That's when you woke up. And you said, what the hell's going on? I'm like, I don't know one of you two is dying right now. Like, it's bad. And he starts laughing. He's like, bro, if it's me, I apologize. And I'm like, all right, cool. Roll the windows back up. And then Frank does it again. And he's like, oh, that's not me. right when he says that, Frank sits up in the back seat. This dude
No. Frank pops up like the thing where you boing.
My man is dead asleep.
Frank
And all of
dead
a sudden, I
asleep.
just see his eyes in the mirror, and they're this big. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, I got to go to the bathroom right now. And I'm like, well, dude, we're not close to an exit. He's like, I got to go now. He's sweating. He's as white as Ryan's shirt.
It's coming out in this truck or on the side of the interstate. Just do it.
So I hit the next exit. Frank gets out of the truck and runs to the bathroom, but his knees are locked together. It's just his feet are shuffling very quickly. So he comes out of the bathroom. I'm like, you all
Photo
right?
finish, baby.
But needless to say, I found out who had the dead gut.
We'll put a picture of Frank right here.
We won't do that to the man. We won't do that.
His eyeballs, bro, I swear to God, like I looked in the rearview mirror and his eyeballs were both this big.
Because it was happening. It was happening.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When I turned around to look at him when he said "right now," you could see the fear in his eyes. There was no question. It was like, "Oh God, we have a problem."
So that's the Kentucky Fried Chicken story. It was entertaining.
Terrible.
Always be
Sorry,
prepared
Frank.
with wet wipes. That's your second tip of the week.
That's true. Everybody's got a terrible poop story.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go down that rabbit
Oh
hole.
yeah, actually, let's go down that.
That's not.
Does Debbie even know?
Oh, yeah, she knows.
Okay, bet. So let's go into that story.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
Come on.
you know what?
It's the lifted
Frank, this is
portion.
for you, buddy. I'm gonna put it all out there for you.
This
Yep.
is the lifted portion of the
is
lifted
the
comes
the
in.
lifted.
You're gonna put it all on a terry
I have
cloth
never-
towel. Is what
I
you're
have
gonna put it on.
never been more thankful for lifted trucks and microfiber rags, buddy. Oh man.
The softest in comfort. for your underneath.
Listen, if you've never had to use a microfiber rag to clean yourself, 10 out of 10 recommend. Do it at least once.
Go to AutoZone, get the 5-pack.
You're going to need it. It's true.
So go into what happened.
All right, here's what happened.
Break it down to us.
All right, so as everybody knows out there, Hurricane Ian came by, wreck shop. So
Are we talking about the hurricane now or your pants?
Yes.
Okay.
so
He named his poop Ian.
yes. So the hurricane comes, destroys everything, can't find gas. So finally we get to the point where we can kind of get out of the neighborhood in Debbie's truck because it's lifted. We got the generator, but we need gas. So I venture out for gas, head north, end up in like Bradenton, find some gas.
You got more gas than you bargained for.
Yeah. So I got some gas in Bradenton, driving an hour back, and the highway southbound is just packed, right? Because they shut it down about where my exit was, so I was going to have to get off earlier anyway.
So what you're saying is traffic was backed up.
It was backed up.
He was not.
So I'm on the highway. I'm on the highway for about 30 minutes before I just decide to get. I said I'm gonna be smart because everybody's getting off on Sumter River Road. I'm gonna get off on Jacaranda and take 41 down. Big mistake number one. From to get down Jacaranda from I-75 to US 41 took me another hour.
You ever see the movie Wrong Turn?
So to get from that point in 41 down to where the new development is, where the new Publix is in Welland Park over there, took about another hour. By the time I hit that Publix, I had to go.
So why didn't you stop at Publix, Will?
Oh, I did stop at Publix.
Okay.
However, the hurricane
Plot twist.
the hurricane decided that it was going to destroy all the water supply, I guess. I don't know, but the bathrooms were shut down. They didn't have water. They were running off generators. Bathrooms were out of order. I said, okay. We'll waddle to the truck.
I'm surprised you didn't just go out back at the produce area.
There's a 7-Eleven out there. I think, well, maybe it's different at 7-Eleven. I go to 7-Eleven, and there's a crowd of people trying to get in. The doors are chained shut. They're not even open right now. So it's okay. Waddle back to the truck, let some gas out, and think, all right, I think I can make it home. I pull back on 41, and I make it about 20 feet in the left lane. Oh, no. About 10 minutes, and in about 10 minutes,
Your body said, I
did
quit.
that. It did that. At that point,
You felt it drop.
At that point, I literally text Trent and said, "What's the chance of an escort, buddy?" He said none. I pulled into the center median.
Dude, I will say this. You exhausted your every last
Yes.
get out of jail free card
Yes.
on that one.
And microfiber.
I pull into the median, and all I could think of was I
He's
looked,
looking in the center
buddy,
console.
I
He's
looked,
just,
and I saw one of Debbie's canvas grocery bags. You know those fold-out ones, they're canvas.
I hope you don't use it still.
I wish we had a camera on the crowd because my wife is crying laughing
So
already.
I pull into the grass median, and I hop into the back of her truck, and her truck is lifted.
Very
So
tall
It's a big
truck.
truck.
It's a big lift, and the windows are
We'll put a picture of
black.
the truck in a canvas bag up here.
The windows are black, so you can't see in it. Thank
His
God,
bag's crying.
thank God you can't see in it. Buddy, that canvas bag turned into a toilet in the back seat of that truck. Oh man, hot lava. You ever see? Remember the movie Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
That.
What, finish it off, baby.
Of course.
Take it home.
So
Take it home.
Of course, you're not thinking at that moment. You just got to get it out.
That's called a panic poo. That's a panic poo.
It was. So of course, once the post poo relaxation kicks in, and you're like, oh,
Now
man,
what?
Now what?
Do I smoke
Exactly.
a cigarette after this?
I look around and I see in the door pocket across the way there a microfiber rag that she had for the windows. I said, well, that's gonna do.
It's a sacrifice.
It was that of your socks, homie.
Buddy.
That's it, baby.
Right. It was the microfiber. Oh man, it was glorious.
So, what'd you do with the bag after that?
So I cleaned up.
50 miles an hour.
So I get I hop out of the truck. Everybody's staring at me like, what the hell's this guy doing? And I take the bag and I put it in the bed of the truck. Like, you know,
What if it like
don't worry about
shifted
it.
and
What, just dripping out the back tailgate?
He can wash out the bed.
Yeah.
Hit it with a hose. I hit some mud, honey. I hit some mud.
Yeah. So I throw it in the bed of the truck, hop back in the truck, and pull back in traffic, and start making my way back home. Debbie calls me, "Hey, what's taking so long?"
Questioning a lot of
Well, let me
choices
tell
you
you.
made in life.
I proceeded to tell Debbie what happened. She proceeded to laugh at me.
I'm surprised she didn't say don't come home.
Oh no! Oh, she threw the poop away.
what a champ.
That is
She's a good woman.
That woman loves you.
She does. She threw it away for me.
I'm surprised she didn't throw the whole truck away.
Did she ask if you shit in the truck? Like,
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, I had to drive.
because
with
if
the
you mess the truck, was she gonna be like, "Don't come home"?
Oh no, buddy! I had the windows down.
Was there any
airing it out.
backsplash?
There was not. There was not. Thankfully. Yeah. That's my poo story.
Right? It's comparable. It's right there.
To cap all this off, next Wednesday I'm getting part of my colon removed. So, see how it all just kind of works together?
You're going to have a poop bag, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to have a pee bag for at least a week. At least a week. If everything works out well, I'm going to have a pee bag for a week. Keep pressure off the bladder.
You'll find a way to fuck with that somehow, some way.
No, you're not. You stay away from my house. I don't have a Capri Sun pouch on the side of me. Just leave me alone. let me just die in peace. If this is my last few days, let it be.
So,
Yeah. Well, this episode has gone completely off the rails.
This has been a very revealing episode. I hope everybody stays tuned. Please do not unlike us. Please continue to subscribe and share.
It all tied together. Ryan sleeping on trips turned into a poo story, and it turned into another. I mean, it all comes together.
Will sleeping on decisions.
It flows
Poop
very
in his
well.
truck.
Much like Will's colon.
And my body is just giving
was
up on
flowing.
me.
So, all right.
On that note, we'll leave you with that last tidbit of information. Is always keep some TP in your
Please,
truck.
please don't unsubscribe to us. Please, please stay with us. Please stay tuned. It'll be better.
Might get us more.
We'll do
followers.
better. We're trying to do better.
No, that's all right. That's good. It's funny.
right.
It's entertaining.
Hopefully, we'll catch you on the next one.
You know what? Share in the comments some of your poo stories.
Or don't.
That's a wrap.
Bye.